Hey everyone, this is Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So today we're going to be discussing the full moon lunar eclipse on November 8th, 2022. So let's get started. So the full moon lunar eclipse on November 8th will fall in the sign of Taurus. Now, Taurus is a sign of the hardworking sign, the working towards something, making the long-term investment. It's about what you invest and put what effort you put in now that you will gain later on. Take for instance, it kind of reminds me of people who um, flip houses. I'm going to do the investment now of investing into this house, repair it, renovate it, and then turn around and sell it for a bigger profit. Kind of reminds me like that, where you're investing into something, whether it is like for instance, I'm going to invest in purchasing a vehicle because it's going to provide me the next 5, 10 years of taking me to work and bringing me back and getting me around, places. Investing in a home, we're thinking about the long term and how we value things and how we benefit from it. So, this could be in regards to your own personal needs. This could be for your career, finances, the future of your career. Now, one of the things that I did want to point out is that an eclipse has the energy to last 6 months. But every time there's an eclipse, one of the key advice that I always put out there with an eclipse is that you always want to check what happens 30 days before the actual date of an eclipse. The reason why I say that is because the energy starts to kick in 30 days before an actual eclipse, the date of an eclipse. So that would have been around October 8th. You want to keep an eye to see what were you doing, starting to do around that time and throughout the month of October that led into when this eclipse starts to kick in, that it's actually also going to travel into 2023. So I'll talk about that in a second. But this could bring about maybe opportunities for your career, maybe deciding to go back to school to take classes and courses to further your career. Maybe it's for certification, but this is going to be what you feel you want to invest that will pay off and benefit for you for the long term. Now, Uranus actually is currently in the sign of Taurus. And this is actually a really, really positive time and a really positive energy of this eclipse, because this can easily bring about new opportunities, new connections, and it could come in an unexpected way, or even in a format, in a way that maybe you weren't planning or thinking. Neptune and Pluto do also support this eclipse, so this could easily bring about great connections, great opportunities, maybe even the opportunity that could bring you more money, more stability, more security for the long term. So the only planet that kind of works a little bit against this eclipse will be Saturn, because Saturn will be squaring the the full moon eclipse. So it could go one of two ways. One, it could possibly feel like a burden, but on the positive, you may feel like you're taking on a lot of work, but you have the drive and the energy to take on that extra work. So take for instance, if you're going back to school, but then you also have to work while you're taking classes. So on one end, it may feel like it's a lot, but you also have that discipline to keep moving forward so that you can keep doing that work to eventually, whether it's get a degree, certification that will pay off at the end. Um, on a negative, maybe for instance, if you did find more work and so you have to work more hours, if it's a second job, or take in more work projects to get ahead financially. Yes, it might benefit you that you're working more, taking on more projects. Maybe the positives is that you are making money, maybe whether it's bonuses, commissions, maybe more sales, but you may feel kind of overwhelmed that you are taking on more work, but you just keep thinking, I'm making more money or I'm bringing in more and it's going to give me more at the end. So I just got to keep moving forward. So the only thing is that with the Taurus eclipse, It is going to continue into 2023. Now, if you haven't checked out your 2023 yearly horoscope, you definitely want to check that out because I do discuss more about those eclipses in the yearly horoscope. So I do have the links below, and you could check it out for your sign and your rising sign if you happen to know that sign too. But we are going to be dealing with more of the Taurus eclipses next year. So whatever you're doing around this time is going to continue into next year. And if anything, it might be that it's just bringing on a lot more opportunities, maybe to build a greater sense of a success, building up or leading up to, whether, like I said, success could be just more money, a status, an accomplishment that you are pushing and aiming towards that goal. And I think it could really work out well for you. So, one of the things that I did want to point out is that in 2023, we're going to slowly be transitioning from the Taurus Scorpio eclipses to the Aries Libra eclipses. So eventually, 2023 kind of brings a slow transition of one area of your life into another area of your life. So this is actually going to bring about a time that it could open up, you kind of are trying to complete one part, moving into another part, and this could easily bring about more growth, more opportunities. So right now, one of the things that I did want to point out is you definitely going to have a lot going on. You want to keep an eye what this eclipse brings. I think from everything that I keep getting, maybe minus a little bit that Saturn square. Everything else is looking good for being a full moon eclipse. Um, Check out your November 2022 horoscope because I do discuss how that eclipse will affect you for your sign for this month of November. Check out your yearly 2023 horoscopes as I do discuss more of those eclipses and kind of an idea of what you can expect everything that's going on now that's going to go into 2023. And I feel that there's definitely going to be a lot of opportunity. This could easily help you in building up towards greater, like I said, greater success, greater accomplishments. And if anything, I think it's just going to let you know that you can do well, you can accomplish a lot. And if anything, it's just giving you a sign to just keep moving forward.